Welcome, duelists. It is time to explore your fate. Let me tell you, your destiny. If you couldn't already guess it, today we will be taking a look into the future with Arcana Force, a classic theme from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's also got a ton of brand new support lately that makes it pretty interesting, so I felt like it was time to make it meta. Before we get into the deck breakdown, if you guys want to see your favorite decks being made meta, make sure to comment down below. I know a lot of you comment, and there's a lot of decks out there, but I promise I read them, and eventually we'll get to all of your favorite themes. As well, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can get the channel to 100,000 subscribers. With that said, let's break down Arcana Force. So if you don't know what Arcana Force cards do, they're an interesting one. It is one of the very few coin flip decks in the entire game, maybe the only actual coin flip deck in the entire game, where every single monster in this deck on summon requires you to flip a coin. Now, obviously, that's bad, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! Predictability is important, and you need to develop a game plan. But how do you develop a game plan when you have no idea what's going to happen? That's the problem with gamble decks, and there's always been a problem with mill decks as well. Mill decks only really thrive when you can mill in so much excess and you can predictably know what you're going to mill. But with Arcana Force, you're just flipping that one coin when you summon a monster. And for the most part, when it's tails, the effect is actually a downside, not even just nothing. It's bad for you. So for Yu-Gi-Oh's competitive history, Arcana Force has been, well, terrible. That is, with one exception. Arcana Force was given one card with an effect so absurd, Konami probably thought no one would be able to ever abuse it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Arcana Force, the freaking world, baby. It's technically not even the boss monster of the deck, but this is the one that's the most broken. You toss a coin, and I'm not going to read the tails effect, we're not going to be letting that happen. But if you flip heads, during your end phase, you can send two monsters you control to the grave. 2, skip your opponent's next turn. That means you win. It's essentially an FTK. It requires very little else going on in order to establish. And here's the problem. How do you guarantee heads on this? Well, Arcana Force does thankfully have a solution, even if it is high maintenance or a bit awkward to set up. Light Barrier. That does exactly what you need. And that is when you summon Arcana Force, you can choose if it's heads or tails. But then comes the question of consistency. How do we get World in the field and Light Barrier out fast? And that's what the new support fixed. The new wave Arcana Force support gave you a bunch of ways to search Arcana Force monsters, summon monsters to the field, as well as access Light Barrier consistently, frequently, and redundantly, so you can't just get choked down by one well-timed effect failure. On top of that, the deck got a very unique fusion monster, which requires 3 Arcana Force monsters, but is summoned via contact fusion from either player's field. With that, Arcana Force is brought up to speed, with the general idea still kept intact. Summon Arcana Force, the world, have Light Barrier up, and send your opponents to the Shadow Realm. So with our ability to control destiny at our fingertips, let's see whose day we can ruin. I have won the roll up against Yoni. Oh, yeah. Hand looking not great, to be honest. I have plays, but it's pretty much just Zombie, Vampire, and Hope. Wedge Temple being the worst card to draw here, and my only engine card in general. Light Barrier is engine-ish, but it's not a starter, which is a weird feeling to this deck. I'm going to Ash this still, even though I could just pass here. If it didn't require me, like if he did this before I played Wedge, I may have passed because I have the Fuwa to kind of hold him off. But because this would be dead either which way, I still think this is worthwhile. Toggle here is interesting. That means it could be a Fuwa, could be a Perulia, could be a card like March Hare, could be Malice, could be, if it's Cashed here, it could be Scareclaw Cashed here. All things that will be on my mind. Place this down. Golem. And then effects. There's a toggle here again. Nope, nothing. Okay. I'm not sure what exactly it is. I'm going to add another Golem here to keep the Sengen in deck in case I need that later. And then I may get Fuwa'd when I play this. That happens to extend further. I think the answer is no, because even getting to Vampire would require 2 draws alone. That's probably not worth it, and I can give him nothing. All right, it walks, so we're going to go for Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. So I don't have the Golem here. Unfortunately, when you draw the Temple, it does neg 1 body, and you think the Link Fodder doesn't matter in this deck, and to some extent, that's true. However, it still matters for the world, right? Because you want to tribute the bodies for the world. That's part of the reason those cards are in here. Vampire is a useful reason these cards are in the deck, but it's not the reason. All right, let's play Light Barrier. We'll see what the toggle is. Based on where they could activate it, I don't think it's Effect Failure. I do think it's like a Scareclaw Cash type of card. We'll see if they're actually playing Kashtira, though, in one moment. So, yeah. And they just said that, yeah, it's Kashtira. All right, it's about to summon to my field. Let's go for the sun, I think. Yeah, it's the sun, for sure, the sun. I summon the sun! The sun, the world, they shall all be your demise. No luck needed here, thankfully I do have Light Barrier. So I can just choose to do what I want. And last card in my hand to discard is Imperm. I just do it for the discard, right? I already have... I don't need to use Light Force, right? I could just... No, I don't need the Imperm. I don't need the Imperm. Let me just use it. I say I don't need to do this. I could just search... what's the other card? Arcana Reading, I guess. But no, it's... Don't need to do that. All right, let's discard our Light Force. Or use Light Force, I mean. Discard the Impermanence. Hopefully no Ash here. I really would have expected Ash sooner if they had Ash, though, to be fair. To add into the hand, I do need access to... I don't need this anymore. I'm going to need the Hierophant, obviously. Then after that, do I just get the Sun for follow-up? It could be the Fiend for follow-up, too. The power of the sun! I don't really have quotes from Sartorius. I never really played... Or I watched GX as a kid, but I don't really remember it. Yeah, so I haven't summoned yet. We'll drop this down. And I will choose Tails here. Yes, giving my opponent a monster is not so bad. In fact, I won't just give them any monster. I shall be giving them the world! Now, it's important to do this because you want the world engraved in order to summon it sort of efficiently. And yeah, this doesn't matter here. I'm sure they're reading it and they're like, the hell is going on? I get special this year as well if I wanted extra tribute fodder. Or like if this, for some reason, it's Ghost Ogred. But no, I'm chilling. Chilling. Yeah, this does not matter. Now, Fusion Shokan. This is such a cool thing. I mean, like, it's a bit weird. It's like, obviously it feels disingenuous, but very cool that this is a thing this deck can do. I don't know. Is it cool? What do you guys think? Is this a cool mechanic? And I want Tails. I don't want a special from deck. I want to get the revival spell. So we'll get Arcana Spread, special one from the graveyard. All right, I'll set. We'll get Spread then. All right, Arcana Spread, effect to revive. I think they know it's coming here. Not heads, tails. Arcana Force, the world. That's right. And when I flip heads, your turn shall be no more. Time for the world disappear. World effects. I guess I can keep this on the field, right? It doesn't really matter. Scared of this. And then turn change. And thank you very much. Your time is over. So this will resolve, which we'll see if it's negated or not. This can search though. If it is heads, cool, no problema. So we resolve as normal. They still have a toggle, which means they could block an attack with the Scareclaw Kashtira. There's something I will have to pay a little bit mind to. But first, start off with the Fiend. Just summon itself from the hand. Get some searches underway. Do Maxi. Sure. Or they already had a second Maxi, I mean. Okay, so that's fine. A little bit of a nuisance, but not the end of the world by any means. And we want heads, obviously. I do not want to pop all my back row. So the sun will set a heads. And we'll go for, I guess, Arcana Reading. And this puts two monsters into play immediately as well, without having to do anything. A card of the coin tossing effect. I could extend further into the maxi, but there really is no point to. So I think I just get like this and give all my guys extra attack points and chill. The Emperor. I never thought I'd really using it for its effect, but like I could do this and give extra attack. Is that correct? It goes to 2k. Oh, no, it goes bigger because this is worth one draw. Actually, I changed my mind. This is worth the one draw. I could have added this back as well, though, to be fair. All right, normal summon. This is not playing into Nib either, so I'm really not concerned still. But this will give us Emperor now. So let's go heads. Get Emperor out. Only one left, which is fine. and then heads again. So now everything will be big. This way, even if I have to attack a Scareclaw Kashtira, it will still be lethal because these 3 should still be game because he's about to all gain 500 attack. So it should be 23, 39, and 22. So yeah, you see I'm well over the damage necessary, under 5 summons. And then even if they live with everything they have, skip that damn turn again, baby. When I control time itself, I shall never lose. God, it's cool. But I was saying, yeah, I never really watched GX. Or I don't really remember GX. I did watch GX, but in my head, Sartorius was always like GX Pegasus. Even though looking back, it was nothing like that. It was just the vibe I got. I really do not remember anything about him other than he played this deck, and it was the Realm of Light or whatever, like the light stuff, and it was all about Destiny and the face cards, which is cool, but I don't have quotes for you guys this time, unfortunately. No cheesy Jesse sis. So a quick note, you may have noticed that at the start of the video, I skipped a lot of the normal deck breakdown that I would do. There's a reason. It's not because I'm trying to deprive you guys of the least watched part of the video. People skip past it. However, I know it's a resource that people want. So as long as I still have people interested, I will be posting it on my Patreon, which you can find in the description box below. Under the $5 tier, it will fall under bonus content. The idea is every single week I will post a simple deck profile. It will be crude and unedited, but it's a way for me to give you at least even more in-depth thoughts to why I built a deck the way I did, and kind of my journey to build the deck, because oftentimes you don't see the testing that happens off screen when I'm building. In fact, you almost never see the earlier iterations and reasonings. So make sure you go check that out if that's something you're interested in, as well as soon I will be having an end card in place where anybody who supports the channel can get their name featured. It does mean a lot to me that you guys are here watching, but if you guys want to support the channel even more so, it would make a huge difference, because the content creation journey is been long, and I'm looking to make it full-time successful career. All right, I have won the roll up against a 60 card deck, probably branded. They have a toggle and draw face, so I might be getting max seed. And our hand is all engine, which means I have really only one option, and that's to lock my opponent out of the freaking game. I can use Arcana Force the Hierophant here to give myself some protection in cards like Valor and such. But in truth, if this is branded, which I guess is no guarantee. Wait, 59 cards? That's choice. There's no guarantee even plays cards like Valor and Permanent. Discarding it for no reason isn't on my ideal list. Either way, we're going to start off with this, though. Grab Light Barrier. That is going to be a key piece to our victory. I was talking to Sam, actually, at the NAWCQ, and we talked about how we should take, like, language classes to be better on our feet with speaking, because we both stutter a little bit. We are better at texting and using our full vocabulary. Light Barrier. No response there. Which do I want to resolve? Let's go grab the Sun, I think. Okay. So add a card into your hand. It's a coin tossing effect. Yes. Don't give my opponent a card. No reason to do that. Let's grab the Sun. Just throw down this. This card is cool, man. It's big too. Like 2,900 and then plus the buff. When at 32, it's like actually relevant. Not the buff from this, buff from Arcana Spread. What am I doing off this? So just setting Spread, right? Because I already have everything else. I'll just filter for other cards that I need. So this is the easy setup. I mean, there's nothing really I have to do. Do I want to discard this? I don't remember. It's actually summoned from the grave. The special is from hand or deck. So if this is in my grave, I mean, I can add it back off of Spread if I needed to, right? I can just discard the Spread. Let me stop being an idiot. What the frick do I need to deem multiple of it for? I'm just not. No. I'm being dumb. I'm just not gonna. I'll show them that I have Hierophant. You know, usually it's good to hide information from your opponent, because if I have a way to search Hierophant, me showing I already have Hierophant in hand gives away information to my opponents on the context of what I have, which could let them play around stuff. In this case, I don't think it will, but it's still correct to keep that in mind to go about my play. If it comes at a huge cost to me going about my actions, then yeah, that's wrong, which is why I just decided to not do that. But it is something that I must be mindful of. All right, let's go the Spread here. No, not the Spread, the Ruler. It's so funny, just Chaos Ruler, when there's a different Chaos Ruler. And you could argue which one's better. Say hi to my dad in the back. So I already have Arcana Spread, but it's still Tails, right? There's no reason for not be. Yeah, I'm not summoning this. So sure, let's set spread. Or activate spread or whatever. Because I already have reading grave, special from grave, bring out the world. And just like that, I control your destiny. It is mine. All mine. Heads, obviously. Shred with heads. Alright, let's discard. Probably just this, I guess. I know to put monsters on field, right? So, in case you need a light barrier for next turn, sure. Grab 2. Always get sun next turn. And then I can extra normal summon with Arcana Reading. I've already played into Nib, right? I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've already played into Nib, so playing around it at this point is meaningless. Alright, throw this down. Let's go heads. Special from the deck, the Emperor. Go heads. Just like that. I think we're done. I guess I can deck them and get the light barrier out of my deck. Sure, let's do that. But yeah. And moment of truth. End phase. I'm putting on monsters that way I can world send other stuff. I'm gonna send itself to play around Imperm for whatever reason. Because I don't need to live in this case. I literally just have game in play already. And cycle back to me. Thank you for spectating, my friend. This is not a very interesting episode in terms of interaction because this deck is extremely a cancer to play against. I will be happily first to admit that. My opponent's like, what the hell happened? They lost. That's what happened. They just lost. And just like that, their day is ruined, which is hilarious for me. Not so much for them. They have a toggle. I have no idea what it is. I'll discard with... I didn't even see... Oh, crap. All right, you're to Maxi. I should have played this first, but whatever. Get the sun, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hierophant, I guess. It's cool that this deck then so much as well. Let's have the light barrier just to have this all set in motion very neatly. Special out our sun. Then set from deck. Heads, right? I always forget which one's which. Heads, set a spell. Yeah, sure. And I may as well set... It doesn't matter. Reading, keep deck thinning. Extra normal summons if I need to as well. And then just summon out the world here. Just because if he's a bishop to block an attack, I want to at least force it out now. Yep. And we'll headlock him with Genjutsu again. So you should still be stuck here. Yep, and even if he lives this turn, doesn't matter. Sun! Emperor! World! So the mission for this episode is... I have to keep winning die rolls just to happen, I guess. Have my opponents play 0 cards the entire video. Just be solo mode. Oh god, this is so dumb as a mechanic. Like, I understand this is like anime and it's cool, but it's really just not. Like, this is kind of painful. I hope you guys are still enjoying this. And you are learning still about my thought processes, which is why I do the videos in this fashion of me talking through my plays. Lose and you'll lose a rank. Okay, Mr. Grumpy VTuber. Damn it, I was about to say, I control all the coin tossing. I win the 3rd coin toss, and I'm still going first! Damn, that's insane. I hope this is Tempai, and it's Sky Striker Tempai, and I absolutely ruined this guy's day. Cached Hero Field as well, that's toxic. Okay, hand is fine. Nib is going to be useless against Tempai, so I'm going to throw that down. For the Sengajin Temple, or this combo is, if they get Ash, I'll just discard it off Light Force too, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll start off with this. I have Ash from Maxi as well. This is a phenomenal start. I'm very pleased with this. Business toggle. I assume there might be an Ash there. Ash Ogre are the vibes that I get so far. If this gets interacted with, it's not a big deal. I'm not making Vampire this game because I already have Engine. This is where the Photon Lord comes into play. I'm gonna make the Photon Lord so I can negate one of his hand traps. It won't stop Imperm, and that does suck, but at least it'll still be negate for following turns to get me back into a grind. I'm gonna Purge. So I thought Ash, but Purge I guess makes sense as well. So this means there's it locks Ash, Fistules. I think I'm still Veiler, can still Imperm, can still Nib. Yeah, good to know. That means it's not Tenpai though, because there's no fires, or you can't use fires anymore. I'm not sure what that means he's playing. We'll find out. Magical muskets, maybe. We'll see. All right, Life Force either way comes down. There's an argument now keeping Nib or Imperm. I think it's still discard Nib. Just because Imperm and scrappier game states will matter more. And keeping Light Force alive is my main priority. Okay, that did seem to resolve. So I can get, what's it called? The Fiend and the Sun. The two biggies. Big boys. And yeah, let's get Light Barrier first. Obviously, I don't want to blow up my own freaking back row with the Sun. That will go very badly, as you all can very much imagine. And we're about to see it in a second if there's an Imperm toggle. And so far, I'm seeing no other toggles, which is delightful. So Imperm and Valor toggle will now happen here. That worked out well. I think there's nothing. Grab Arcana Reading. And we can cycle through the combo. This is the more traditional combo instead of the Zombie Vampire combo we've had to do. This should just be incredibly simple. Add on a card, add the Hierophant now. And then we're going to summon it and not use the effect. That is obviously a huge mistake that can happen. And then we're going to pick, what's it called? Tails. Give monster them. Give them the world. Give them the world, and I'm going to take it away from them, and then I'm going to make them pay for it. Heads. Oh no, what do I do? Anyways. All right, the Nib check is next. That'll be the next kind of junction we'll find ourselves in. All right, set from deck. So spell, I mean not spell, set the spell, which means Tails. So then we're going to send Spread, which will revive from the grave. No, this one doesn't set, this one adds. Same shit. Special summon the world, no bestials. We'll check for Nib now, from the grave. And this is the moment of truth. Do they have anything? Heads. Set just in case. End phase. Oh, they lose. Bye. This is such a dumb. I love this. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is so terrible. Nice. That's not a good card, but whatever. Yeah. So this will check. We can search a way to fix it if it gets negated. It doesn't. Perfect. I'm not going to use Wedgie Temple here. There's a toggle here. What? What toggle is active now that wasn't before? Most of it's just lag. I could get purged again. No purge. Yeah, bye. Oh, man. All right, you guys want to see what deck he was playing? I want to see what deck they were playing. Grumpy V2 was playing what? Hunders? What the hell? Why would someone play this? That's hilarious. Dude, they have no hand... Well, they have hand traps. They didn't have barely any hand traps. Luminous Spark. What did I play against? Sorry. Not sorry. All right. I was unable to control the odds in this game. I did not have the coin toss abilities. But you know what? Maybe I can see the future. I can see destiny. Because look at what I have here. My hand is not great, but going second, it's actually a lot better. That being said, our opponents could do anything. 50 card deck. We've been playing some oddities today. I'm not sure what it means though. Some Dissension. Tachyon for what? Is it Sharks maybe? The sleeves don't give me any clue. There's Galaxy cards, and there's Boral. It's Borload, right? Okay, we'll see what they play here now. Light. I'm thinking Barrier Stature and Spectre Board is stunned. That'd be lame. Oh, it's actually Tachyon. Okay, well, not Tachyon, it's a Galaxy. Interesting. The Maxine Fua is about to end this guy's career. We'll start off with Fua here, just to check for Ash. It could also be Ash and Call By, at which point, respect. But they're down a card here, which is nice. That resolved. All right, they're about to leave if I do this, to be honest. But I just control fate when I play this deck. So it's just when you have the World Champ diff and the powers of the future and destiny, you're invincible. That was broken. All right, I guess I still don't have a real engine yet. That was still insane. Talents. Oh. They're going to hit my my Sangagen for sure. Yeah, my hand is still actually not winning just yet. They will pass back to me here. And then spread could just, you know, do nothing. Actually, can I even activate spread without a monster in my grave? Because one of the results could do nothing. That's interesting. I've never been in this position before. Let's find out. I'm not sure. All right, so they're passing here. 2 unknowns in hand. Their top deck did get shuffled. Draw reading. Okay, that is also risky. What do I do? Because if I whiff of Arcana reading, your opponent adds 1 card to the next thing. That's brutal. I don't want to just pass either though, because this is not good. Arcana reading, I need 2 heads in a row for it to be good. Which means not reading, Arcana spread. So I have to start with reading, right? Close my eyes. By the power of destiny, I compel you. Heads. Wait, it's Maxi. God damn it. What if I timed out because I was stuck on the toggle? Heads! Yeah. All right, let's get Light Force. No draw. Awesome. I'll discard spread here because I have 2. There's no harm in that. And they should be dead. They're F tier. Let's grab... you need this, and then Sun. So I have already used spread this turn, so it will be a little bit different in terms of what I can do. May not be a world situation, but I don't need to second, right? All right, let's grab Light Barrier. Actually, the Sun doesn't even do that much. Besides summoning itself to the field. All right, Special Summon. An effect to set from the deck. Now what do I want to set here? Go heads. I don't need to pop back row. Do I just flip up Light Force for extra, like, stats? Feels weird because I have everything else in spades. I mean, I get to attack twice, so I get to go 43 over this is how much? It's not enough. Is 46 over it enough? Plus the Chaos Ruler, so 46 over that's 28. That's not going to be enough, so I actually can't kill. If I go for the world, how do I go for the world? Because I have to spread in order to play. God, it's such a weird thing to say. I think reading really is just not a good starter. And there isn't a good solution, I'm pretty sure. There's just not a good solution. So I'll put Light Force face down. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, but it's fine. Give it an extra attack buff. And then Arcana spread. Special from deck. Yes. Just give them the world, put this in grave. That way I can revive it later off spread if I need to. And this really isn't actually that brilliant. In truth. Because I am just like a little short what I need. Okay. There's Ruler, which will get big, just not big enough. Let's go for heads here. So we're specialing from deck this time. This is why we play the Dark Ruler. This one light or dark, I don't remember. Dark Ruler. Yeah, not Maxi. And we want this to attack twice, not destroy all the cards in the field, which isn't the worst, but second attack for sure. I wish I could give it piercing, but this will have to do. I can't attack. I deserve that. I deserve that. I didn't read my opponent's cards. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I didn't from that when I had the chance. Your opponent cannot declare an attack while I control another Photon Delta Wing. All right, I'm a freaking moron. God, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. No excuses there. I'm a freaking moron. And we'll address this next turn now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna draw face Maxi, and hopefully that'll just knock them into submission. they're also DCing. God, that freaking damn it. Could I have done something differently? Should I have played differently? I don't think so outside of the imperm immediately, because I do need to kill this. All right, let's throw this down. They did know that was there, so this shouldn't be news to them. They of course saw my hand last turn. So how do I want to deal with these next turn if I have to use the imperm on something else? Before doing anything else, I can link into SP, I guess. That's freaking bad. I guess I could add back with the reading Hierophant, go for Emperor, and then Trident pop, and that clears. And this can attack, and this attacks twice directly if there's nothing else. Okay, so I have lethal line pretty easily set up still. That's not going to be a problem, because that technically was a concern. I've been turn skipping everyone else, and I accidentally turn skipped myself here. But I'm human, and this shows you guys, right? Like, I'm not imperfect. Or no, I am imperfect. I'm not perfect. I do have capacity to lose. My opponent is going to play fourth with what they have. They don't really have a choice. Star Leech here. Which one is this one? This is the... it's not bad. Special photon from your hand. Quick effect attach. Or turn one... Yeah, he hasn't summoned it. That's the one they summoned? That doesn't feel great. Equip it. But I cannot destroy my battle. Do they think that'll work twice? Do they think I won't read again? Send this to the graveyard, one photon or galaxy. Okay, they might just search. They might rely on that. And a photon and galaxy card from neck to hand. Sure. Oh, they're gonna send jumper. Oh, they play freaking jumper. This card is, ugh, card's a little annoying. It's this card is battle fader. So I actually have to be careful of this. Like, this may be a bit of a slog, unfortunately. It may not be as simple as just me running away with the game. What did they add there? They added trance. Trance, the special 2, right? Or one photon on your grave, special summon it, and one galaxy the same level, right? Yeah. Doing so to Maxi is audacious, but again, they really may not have a choice. No, they decided to go for the end phase. They decided, nah, they got this. They have one unknown in hand. If I knew for a fact I wasn't going to be staring down a photon jumper, that would help my plays here. Light barrier here, sure. Heads. There's one unknown card. It's trance unknown. So if I can get to a photon lord, that would be brilliant. This is going to lock me, so I should do this first if that's my plan, right? I need monsters, though. Then how do I kill this if I go... Oh, Doom Dragon, right? I can target it? I can still target it, right? Yeah, okay, this is chill. I will have to get rid of this for a second, but it's fine. I'm just going to make sure that Arcana Spread doesn't lock me here. I want to add back. It doesn't. Okay, mega chill. So let's throw down the Golem. And then pay some life points away. I don't know why I picked Defense, but it doesn't really matter. At the Temple. These field spell galore. I do need a monster now without locking myself, because Light Force would lock me here. And I'm going to add to hand a monster. It doesn't matter which. Let's add the Sun. Sun can summon itself again and get reading, I guess. But I can also get it later off Light Force, so I'm not going to do that now because it could play into Nib in theory. I'm not counting summons right now, though. Light Barrier will have to come up later again. Place. And then place the Golem. And then summon the Golem first before making Doom Dragon, obviously. And then add another Golem. And you can place it again because the Temple placed the first one, obviously. I can't summon it, though, but that's fine. Because, again, we are prepared for that. Link. Not Link. Fuse. If you can call it Fusion. This deck has 2 Fusion monsters, and neither actually Fusion summon. It's awesome. Anyways. I didn't read again. Why can't I target this? Oh, it gains attack points! Why am I so dumb? Okay, not over yet. Discard this. Let's get this. And this destroys all cards, spell track cards, and I'll destroy both these. So that'll work. God, I'm a freaking idiot. I should make Photon Lord now. And I did it, but I blocked myself first. Oh my god. Alright. Now I'm playing like a complete monkey. Should have made Photon Lord first. Destroy all spells and traps on the field. The tails. Battle phase. Hopefully I didn't mess this up. No Photon Jumper, please. Dark Ruler, please. Bring me back from the... Oh, God. Alright. Well, my opponents played a card this match, and I played a complete buffoon. But it doesn't matter! Oh, God. I had the right ideas that last turn. That happens a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's different types of mistakes. Some mistakes are you know what to do, and you just get distracted and blunder. That's that type of mistake. They're honestly the least important, as long as you like, can recover from them mentally. On that topic, the other mistakes to look out for, or when you had an entirely different play altogether that you just didn't spot, or you forget to activate an effect, that one's also less important because it's less meaningful. The ones that are most important to spot out is if you had a different line or different choice you could have made, what made a difference. That play, I knew what to do. I had the right idea. Execution, poor, but it's not like I really learned much from those mistakes. That being said, that means Arcana Force and the power of Destiny are completely undefeated. Let's go. All right, so that was Arcana Force, and I'm very happy with the results this deck put up. Now, for those games, you did see how this deck kind of thrives when it goes first. You also got to see why I like the Millennium cards in this deck, as well as the simplicity and almost effectiveness or eloquence, and how everything works in this deck. It's a really cool deck that actually I don't even know if I can say it's cool. It's not. It's stealing your opponent's turn should not be legal. Like, there are problems I have with Yu-Gi-Oh! The mechanic of ripping cards from your opponent's hand, for one, is one that I detest. But one that should never have ever even be considered is turn skipping. That's effectively winning the game like Exodia. It's cool in some senses. And the fact that an Arcana Force coin flipping deck can have any sort of relevance is cool. And the sense of what it accomplishes is telling your opponent they play 0 cards in the entire match. No, not really cool. But that's where we are. It was fun for me, and I'm sure I've pissed off many opponents today. But remember, put those deck requests down below in the comment section, and make sure to sub to get us to that benchmark. It does go a long way, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Peace.